Merry Christmas. I slept so good last night. Look at the sun rising. Ooh, it's beautiful out today. Looks like it's gonna be another great day. I slept great last night. Today we're gonna be doing the Lost Gold Mine Loop. It's 6.8 miles round trip, and then
Good morning.
we're going to visit the visitor center, which
Thank you. Can I have a map, please?
I have not
Thank
done
you so
yet.
much.
So we're gonna do that and then come back here and shower, not together, and then we're gonna be on our way. 6-hour drive back home. Then I'm gonna cry myself to sleep because I'm sore.
Good morning, by the way. We're doing Lost Horse Gold Mine. It's one of the most profitable gold mines with a steep and rich history. I love to read it to you. Of course, it starts off right away. Let's get going.
Oh, they're so pretty. Wow. How beautiful. Goes right along the road. Look. I just love all these Joshua trees. Look at all these.
Now I understand why they call it Joshua Tree. I mean, when you drive to Vegas, these things are tiny. They're like that high, it looks like. But look at this. This is a tree now. Look how crazy that looks. I think it's safe to touch this. Yeah, see, that's actual bark. Look at that. That is so crazy. It's cool looking. It's so spiky too. I don't want to touch those. He's singing to us. Wonder what type of bird that is.
Look at these. This is morning glories.
Sure, there's a lot of wildflowers on this trail. I'm surprised with it so late in the season. 1 mile. Watching for snakes. This sand is terrible to hike in. At least it's slow going up. Found a little outcropping of rock here. Just seeing if there's any petroglyphs carved into it. Doesn't seem like it. It's cool looking though.
Even before the California gold rush of 1849, prospectors were finding gold in Southern California. As the take from the mines in the Sierras petered out, miners fanned out into the deserts.
2 miles. Getting them knocked out. Doing good. So this is interesting. You could have just walked the whole wash if you wanted. See? It just would have been a little longer if you took that way. We came from that trail instead.
Here, hot summers, scarce water, limited wood sources, and the difficulty and high cost of transporting equipment and provisions created a challenging environment in which to operate a mine. But a few hardy adventurers persevered, and about 300 mines were developed in what is now Joshua Tree National Park, although few were good producers. An exception is the Lost Horse Mine, which produced more than 10,000 ounces of gold and 16,000 ounces of silver, worth approximately $5 million today, between 1894 and 1931.
I always like when you can see the trail kind of continuing, you know what I mean? It's neat. It always fascinates me. 3 miles. Hey, we're doing it. I mean, doing it pretty quickly. It's only been like an hour. We're almost halfway. This hike is nice. There's just not a lot to see. It's just some up and down, and that's about it. Oh, this is cool. I wonder if this whole space was the cabin.
When the story of the Last Horse Mine is told, it sounds like a Western campfire tale. Gun-slinging cowboys, cattle rustlers, horse thieves, the lure of gold, and a sticky-fingered miner.
Piece of thick glass.
As longtime resident William F. Keyes told the story, Johnny Lane and his father drove their herd of cattle into the Lost Horse Valley in 1890, when there was nothing but cattle and Indians. Johnny had moved west after his brother and 6 other cowboys were gunned down in New Mexico. One night, while camped in the Lost Horse Valley,
It's interesting.
the Lang's horses disappeared. Next morning, Johnny tracked them to the McHaney brothers' camp near today's Keys Ranch. According to local legend, the McHaney gang were cattle rustlers. According to Keys, the McHaney brothers told Johnny Lang his horses weren't there and to leave the area. Keys goes on to say that Johnny met up with a man named Dutch Frank, who said he was also being threatened by the McHaneys. Frank said he had discovered a rich claim, but was afraid to develop it. Johnny and his father bought the rights to the mine for $1,000 and called it Lost Horse. To reduce the chances of being killed by the McHaney gang, Johnny took on 3 partners. After filing their claim, they set up a 2-stamp mill and began processing gold.
Cool. That is a cool little thing down there, by the way. Okay. I think we're about to the top of this bastard. Oh yeah, we just reached 4 miles.
With the creation of Joshua Tree National Monument in 1936, Lost Horse Mine came under the protection of the National Park Service. With time, the wooden portions of the cabin and the headframe of the mill collapsed.
Ooh. Stay away from that. Look at how thin that trail is. It just goes down there. Bye.
The combination of unstable mine workings and earthquakes created a sinkhole near the mill that eventually threatened the entire structure. Even the cable netting and concrete caps that were installed to protect visitors were consumed by the ever-expanding hole. Today, Lost Horse Mill is considered one of the best preserved mills of its kind in a National Park Service unit.
Look at all that preserves. All the way out here. Oh, there's nothing out here. Besides this, I should say.
The booming of the 10 850-pound stamps could be heard echoing across the valley 24 hours a day as the ore was crushed. Water was added to the crushed rock to make a slurry, which washed over the copper plates. The gold particles clung to the mercury, and the debris washed away. These bricks were carried to Banning every week, concealed in a 16-horse freight wagon. As the story goes, the day shift was producing an amalgam the size of a baseball, while the night shift, supervised by Johnny Lang, recovered a mere golf ball. Ryan hired a detective to investigate and discovered that when Lang removed the amalgam from the copper plates, he kept half for himself. Ryan gave Lang a choice: sell out or go to jail. Lang sold and then moved to a nearby canyon where he continued to prospect. The Lost Horse Mine continued producing until 1905, when the miners hit a fault line and forever lost the ore-bearing vein. During one of the mine's dormant phases, Johnny Lang returned and set up residence in the cookhouse. According to Keys, Lang had hidden his stolen amalgam at the mill site and, unable to get it before Ryan ran him off, had returned to retrieve his stash. In the winter of 1925, sickly and unable to walk out for help, Johnny Lang died of exposure along Keys View Road. 2 months later, Keys found his body and buried him across from the access road to the mine.
Does he mean along like the Key Viewpoint Road? And he said he buried him out here. But I don't know if he meant the road to maybe that little cabin out there. I just can't imagine looking at this and being like, yeah, you know, I think we should mine up there. History is fascinating. Keys and Joshua Lang, they both came out here and they thought they would find gold, and then they crushed the ore and used mercury to bind the gold. And then they just washed away everything else. How on earth do you find out something like that? $5 million of gold came out of that. That does look like it's been rebuilt, right? Remember they were talking about how in like 1907, how it was rebuilt because more ore was needed at the time. So they rebuilt it. But still, how on earth do you discover something like that? It's crazy. Mankind is amazing. I was kind of thinking that this one doesn't take me as long. I was gonna go do the arch and the heart rock if we have time. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Holy crap, I think we made it. There's Johnny Lane. We did it! Yes! Mine says 6.99 miles, 7 miles claiming. No history, no readings. Just you and me going to see an arch rock and a heart-shaped rock. Aww, it'll be cute for Christmas. Manzanita. Oh yeah, I heard this manzanita tree. That's kind of cool. The red-brown branches of the manzanita are easy to distinguish among other high desert growth. In spring it blooms with tiny pink and white flowers, which develop into small apple-like fruits. Manzanita in Spanish means little apple. Manzanita deals with extreme water shortages by dropping its leaves and dying back. Look for gray branches, indicating periods of little moisture. Red branches indicate the tree is getting enough moisture to continue growing. Hey look, we made it. Wait, let me get a better angle. You can't really see it from down there, huh? Look, it's a heart. I can't really even get my hand around it. Look how cute it is. Isn't that a nice heart-shaped rock? It's cute. All right, I got some cool pictures. All right, let's say goodbye to the heart-shaped rock. Goodbye, heart-shaped rock. Oh, you can really see it from this side. Look. Wait, let me do it like this. That's cute. I got pictures too. Nice. All right, let's go back. Goodbye, heart-shaped rock. Merry Christmas. I'm like the only person out here. Hey, Merry Christmas, by the way, and Happy New Year. Thanks so much for joining me in 2023. Let's bring on 2024. I hope you and your family have a happy and healthy 2024. Come with me. I'm going to be back in February. We're starting off with a bang. We're going to be training for the Grand Canyon. Of course, I'm going uphill. We're training for the Grand Canyon right away, and we're going to be learning about the history of Arizona. Yes, I'm starting 2024 in Arizona. Thanks for joining me in 2023. Let's go to 2024, shall we?